Hey, welcome back to White Coat, Red Bottoms. This is Dr. A.
And this is Dr. O. Nice to see and hear you guys back.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah, so I guess you liked us, so you came back for another dose of the doc. You appreciate the prescription, and I will stop with the little metaphors now. but how have you been?
Been good, It's what can't complain.
It is what it is.
So,
I feel you. So let's just get started with we're gonna go to the Instagram streets. We're perusing and we happen to find a really interesting post and story that I presume is gonna go viral if it hasn't gone viral already. And it was you can find it on Dr. Achapon Strong's page. And basically this is a new graduate, a new dental graduate, a dentist, and he basically gave this full rundown of his journey in dental school. And what's really different with his story compared to others is how transparent he is. He basically tells everything, like he gives the skinny, okay? As in, it starts off with a timeline starting off in 2012 all the way to this year, or to 2019 technically, and saying how in 2012 he started off with a 0.0 GPA as a sophomore in the spring semester. Let me tell you, baby, because when you start factoring the orgo and the what, maybe you throw in a little genetics in there, and then you slide in a little calc. That 0.0 is very, very possible. And I just appreciate how transparent he is, because some people make you feel as if you can't go from those very humble beginnings to becoming a medical professional. And by his grace, Dr. Achapon Strong is a dentist today and sharing his testimony, his journey, his struggle with, everybody else that can actually attain some inspiration from it.
More than inspiration. Like, shout out to him. Like, I really appreciate his honesty, his transparency, all of that. Because nowadays, when you go online and see these social media doctors, they all act like it's easy. Like, oh, I just studied 8 hours a day and I passed my exam on the first attempt. I didn't have all A's, but I had some B's, and some C's, but it's all good. I still made it. Like, they're not honest, like, for example, there's this girl, I'm not going to mention no names, but I initially started following her because she was very transparent with her journey. She did let me say, in the beginning, she was transparent. She did a post-bac program because she was not accepted into medical school right away. She didn't do too good on her
Which
MCAT.
Is very normal. A lot of people do that.
But then somewhere along the line, right? I guess because she started getting more Insta famous, she stopped being honest and she was posting more of a perfect life, or what
The
I like to
lifestyle, the
call it, a
packaging.
fake life. Yes, it's a fake life. And she mentioned close to her graduation, she was mentioning how, oh, she's going to tell her story, that it wasn't easy, blah, blah, blah. So I was okay. Maybe she hasn't forgotten where she came from. But when she graduated, she didn't say nothing. She did not say nothing. She made it seem like, yeah,
So basically, it turned into more of like, sharing the story into becoming more of a influencer, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
It doesn't take anything away from you to be honest. You already made it. Why not, be honest, share your story so that it can motivate people and let them know that, hey, it's not always going to be this easy. It's not, you are going to have some failures along the way. Just keep going. I really don't understand why people feel like they need to portray a perfect life or a perfect, um, I don't know, a perfect, what am I trying to say? Like try to show that from where they started, undergraduate, graduate, medical school, that it was all easy. Like, no, it's really not. It's really, really not. It's hard work and dedication. You're not always going to
And
get A's
prayers.
and B's. Yeah. What do they say? C's get degrees. Like, you're not always going to get those
Beats
A's
get
and B's,
degrees.
So C's get degrees. So it's not always going to be perfect. Just get to where you need to get to.
And by no
But
means
yeah.
are we encouraging failure or not exceeding or being successful in your academic
Mm-hmm.
journey, but this is a safe space. And anyone that comes to me and is like literally losing their mind after getting results that they weren't necessarily expecting, or after working really hard, studying really hard, and feeling like, oh, that's the end of the road. No, it's not like that. Everybody struggles, but the the internet will make you think otherwise, as if it's like super easy, super glamorous, like no sweat, no tears, no frustration, and that's a huge fat lie. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you're not like, there's no perfect balance, and if someone tells you there's a perfect balance to have your social life, your friends, your energy, your sleep, and your straight A's,
Mm-hmm.
something
Mm-hmm.
something
Mm-hmm.
isn't quite there.
Yep. 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 I agree. Which makes me think of imposter syndrome.
Okay,
Is there a
so
definition for us?
well, yeah, so I'm glad you asked.
Let's explain it to the people.
I'm just going to use this definition from a Virginia-based therapist, Susan Jane Beneva, who is a therapist. Imposter syndrome is an internal dynamic in which a person believes they have fooled those around them into believing they are competent, but in truth, they are really acting and have no expertise or skill other than the capacity to make people believe they are better than they really are. So basically, thinking you're a con and you don't deserve to be where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, 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 yes.
And it's facts that a lot of underrepresented and minority people in medicine and health feel this way. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a very tough thing to deal with.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
myself am still trying to figure out how to overcome it because I find myself in situations where I am the only minority, and sometimes I'm the only female. And I'm thinking to myself, am I supposed to be here? Like sometimes I feel like I
Yes.
have to. Sometimes I feel like I have to, I guess, outdo my counterparts, just to make sure they know, okay, I do know something. I do have some
You're about this
intelligence.
life,
Something.
about this med
Well,
life.
yeah, yeah, because for whatever reason, like you just feel less than in that situation. You just feel like, okay, why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
How did I get here?
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely something that I myself am still trying to deal with. I don't know if I have advice on how to, overcome it, but I guess it's to say to yourself, I do belong here. I did earn my
Mm-hmm.
spot here. I will become that doctor. I will get that degree. Whatever it is that you're trying to get, I guess is, you know, affirmations.
Yes,
Affirmations. Just
affirmations,
continue to speak it into
and
existence and continuously speak to
definitely
yourself. Yeah.
remind yourself who you are, remind yourself whose you are, because you can't forget that.
Mhm.
And it's really important
Mhm.
to just kind of like go back and just like sit down and be like, okay, how did I get here? What did I do to get to this point? And
Mm-hmm.
trust me, you don't have to show me your resume, your CV, or any of your awards or lack thereof for someone to know that you worked hard to get to where you are. So you have to kind of
Mm-hmm.
like put some respect on your name, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Pre MD, pre professional degree, and after. You have to put
Mm-hmm.
respect on your name because once you walk with that self confidence, others will see it and it will just kind of like, it's a glow. So you need
Yeah.
to just tell yourself, I'm where I need to be and I'm going where I need to go. So,
Mm-hmm. And you earned it. Despite how
yes,
long it took you to pass that exam, you earned it. So
you
yes, you do
did
deserve to be
that.
there. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm glad
my
we're addressing this
gosh.
because it's definitely something that so many people struggle with in any type of
Mm-hmm.
setting, not even just medicine, but also like, it could be any type of professional environment, and it can be tough because
Mm-hmm.
you don't necessarily always see someone that you can relate to. That's why representation matters. Going back to what we were talking about, like,
Yes.
when people share their stories and how they got there and
Mm-hmm.
show themselves in that capacity, it kind of motivates others.
Yes. Yes. And I want to post a question to those out there. If you're on our YouTube, comment down below if you ever felt imposter syndrome and how you overcome it. We want to hear from you. Give us advice on how you've been able to overcome it, or give us advice on, what you've done to make yourself feel better in that situation. So let's hear from you. Put your stories down
Mm-hmm.
below.
I want to hear from you. And, if you're feeling shy, you can also send us a DM or even send an email. And hopefully
Mm-hmm.
we can share your story and inspire somebody else.
Definitely.
So now we're going to talk about something very similar to what we've been mentioning about social media and your internal feelings and how you can manage them, or how other people haven't been able to manage them. And we basically seen that based on some research that anxiety has some type of correlation with social media use. You want to
Yeah.
share a bit
Yes,
more on that?
yes. So there's an article. It's titled "Social Media Use and Anxiety in Emerging Adults." You can find it on Scholar, sciencedirect.com. And some of the contributors are some women named Anna Benucci, Caitlin Flannery, Christine McCauley. And basically, the results of that study says that hierarchical regression revealed that more time spent using social media was significantly associated with greater symptoms of dispositional anxiety. Um, and especially during the past year, the pandemic, um, mental health issues have been on the rise. People
Um,
have dealt with depression,
mhm.
anxiety, um, they reverted to alcoholism and things like that.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the more time spent on social media, sometimes you'll see things or see people living their life in a certain way and then look back at your life and say, well, how come I'm not where this person is at? Or,
Yeah.
you know, what is it that I'm doing that I can't be at this person's level? Or, it's it's not a good thing, and it makes people really anxious. It makes people depressed,
Mhm.
and it's
Mhm.
not fair because what a lot of those times people are living, like I said before, fake lives. Like, look at filters. How many pictures do you see on Instagram that have no filters on them? Like,
Facetune.
zero filter. Like, I want to say none.
If
None.
you
Everyone's
find
posting a filter. Everyone's
if you find 10 pictures in 1 hour with no filters on them, um, send us your Cash App. We'll send you $10.
No, but for
Guess
real
we're
though,
keeping those
like
$10.
it's impossible. Like one thing people gotta realize is what you see on social media is not real. Like, gone are the days of MySpace where people were just genuine and posted themselves freely. And, nowadays it's just fake life all around. Ads left, right, front, and center, flat tummy tea all around, BBLs and fake, body. It's just ridiculous. And I don't know. It's disappointing because social media used to be fun, and now when I'm on Instagram, I'm just like, ugh,
It's
it's not,
okay.
there's nothing.
But you know what you can do?
Mm,
When I feel I've been practicing this a little bit more, but especially after this pandemic, because I could smell something fishy. Something fishy's going down. So when something is not looking right or sitting well in my spirit, I definitely
mm-hmm.
engage in using that mute button on Instagram. Okay.
True,
I just feel
true.
like people should exercise that a little bit more, or just put your phone down, because if you go
Yeah,
on Instagram thinking it's a regular set of people doing a regular set of things,
it's a
it
problem.
will shock you.
Yeah,
Like, just
yeah.
don't expect to see 100% genuinity on social media, because everybody wants to put their
Mm-hmm.
best foot forward. It's kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
when you go to church on Sunday, you put on your Sunday's best. Nobody knows what you're
Mm-hmm.
struggling with on Monday to Saturday, but to see how
Mm-hmm.
handsome you look, or how beautiful you look, and how clean you look,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know
Mm-hmm.
what you've been going through
Mm-hmm.
6 out of the 7 days of the week. So just
Like that analogy.
just kind of like put that to the side and worry about yourself and keep
Mm-hmm.
working on yourself. That's, I feel like we've kind of gone pretty deep on, we don't really like the social media. This We don't like social media. So all right, kids. From us to you, read your books and stay off of the internet.
Basically, listen to more
Study.
podcasts. Hey, hey.
Try to go out for a walk. Do some exercise.
Yes.
Socialize with your
Go
friends.
volunteer. Go
Yes,
volunteer somewhere.
definitely
Do something good for
volunteer.
the society.
Find a new hobby, work with your hands, garden. There's a lot to do
Mm-hmm.
outside of like being Twitter fingers and
Mm-hmm.
you know, a comic conquistador, or whatever you may call it. Like, just
Mm-hmm.
take it easy. Press pause and enjoy your life, because there's a lot of life to enjoy. And
Yes.
we do hope to
I
come.
like that. Press pause and enjoy your life. You need to
Yes.
put that. But
But
yeah,
yeah, thank you for coming to spend a little downtime with us off of the social medias, even though we got you on YouTube,
yes.
but that don't really count.
No,
um,
it doesn't count. It doesn't count. But
so,
yeah, thanks for spending time with us today.
if you
We'll
have any
catch you
questions,
again next time.
yes, reach out to us if you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions. And it was a pleasure spending this time with you. And once again, I'm Dr. O,
I'm Dr. A.
and we are White Coat, Red Bottom.
Red bottoms. Ow.